Thursday, December 4th. Um, yeah. So, just wanted to give a little happy news. From the PET scan, apparently one of the lymph nodes dissolved. I got a note from my actual surgeon oncologist going, it's good news. So he was really happy with the PET scan results and sent me a message, which was actually pretty cool. Like, they don't always do that, but he popped in and put a message in, and I got it. So I have a pre screening call tomorrow, which I think it's for the chest x ray that's going to be done next week. I think that's what the pre screening's for. So, but I'm really happy because even though I did do the immuno and the chemo, which the chemo just kills you pretty much, like it's the mega drain. But I had the chemo that they gave me was the newer one, the better. Um, Not that it's really better, but I mean the drugs like suck. Period. But it was the flot one, so it's the most current, up to date, better medication for the chemo drugs. The old one was like really bad, so this one was a lot better, and my side effects really weren't as bad as what they had gone through with the first sit down. So I didn't really have the nausea, I didn't have the vomiting, I didn't have the diarrhea. Mainly, I had the tingles, which in the fingers and the feet, which I still have. And I'm hoping eventually will go away because it's really frustrating and annoying. Um, I can't touch cold things with my hands. It's very, they're very sensitive. And if you're not careful, it can lead to necropathy, which is another annoying thing, and it's, a risk. So there's that whole issue. But, um, beyond that, for the most part, everything else, I didn't really get the major, side effects that you normally would get with like chemo and stuff. So I was fortunate for that. But here's the other catch. I also took ivermectin and Fenben. Well, I can't say what the actual Fenben. It's a longer word, and I don't. It's easier to just call it Fenben. So I had taken the aggressive treatment from the pharmacist in Tennessee that she given us, and I took that with the supplements, also drinking the water and everything else. So you've got a combo of immuno, chemo, and then you've got ivermectin and Fenben. So somewhere along the lines between everything, it something worked, something helped. We don't know what because you can't really pinpoint it. They're going to say the immuno and the chemo worked, but we know there was also ivermectin in there, and there was also Fenben in there, and there was also, a bunch of certain supplements that were also in there. We can't tell them necessarily I was still taking ivermectin because they're not really for it. They're not totally against it per se. They just, because it's not approved and it's not like, you know, insurance, because heaven forbid insurance won't, oh my God, that's a drug that can cure things. Heaven forbid, we can't have that. So the doctors can't, allow you to really take that. So you do it behind their backs basically, which is what we did. However, I got to a point where I was still taking it after the last chemo run, and it just happened to be detrimental to my physical health, where it was just pulling me down versus allowing me to get better. But still got, got enough, I think, in my system that probably did help. But it'd be interesting to know if you could break it down, how much did the immuno work? How much did the chemo work? How much effect did the ivermectin and the Fenben have? Like, it would be really cool to like break it down and see, what which ones really had more impact on the cancer cells versus, you know. So, but I'll never know. Basically, I'm just, right now, I am so happy that at least one of the lymph nodes is, I think, gone. And I only have to deal with one, and I think the big tumor shrunk too, which is like, it's such good news. So the surgery shouldn't be so, bad for me. I go for a chest x-ray next week, so hopefully it'll still show that I only have one lymph node and the main tumor. I don't know, but from what the PET scan showed, the one lymph node dissolved, and I'm hoping it's the left one, because that would be totally awesome. That was by my heart, that lymph node, and it was like a very touchy one. So it would have been, it already is a risky surgery, so as it is. So, but at this point, if it's only this side that they're going through, the right side, and that's all they have to deal with, so be it. I'll be happy for that. So I just need to, I figure I'll do the chest x-ray maybe Wednesday next week. Should be very simple. It shouldn't, really take too long to do it. So, but, and then hopefully that will really show, or let them know if, this side is still has cancer, or if it's just this side, this lymph node and, the esophagus. So, but, at the moment, everything is just golden. Basically, it's very good results. So surgery's coming up, in a few weeks, so I'll report in probably in a couple days again, over, maybe after I get my chest x-ray done, or even maybe before, depending on how I feel. Right now I've been going to work, so I haven't been really posting much. And it's been, I've been really doing good, happy, upbeat, moving around more. Going up steps, forget it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how happy, how energized you feel. Going up steps just utterly sucks, because it really takes the strength out of you. So, but it is what it is. The house is a 2-story, so, you gotta go up the steps. It's exercise, but it's so annoying because it just takes so much out of you to go up each step. And there's 15 of them here. It drives me nuts. But anywho, that's another story. I digress. Have a good one. Peace. Samo to be.